Hiya, this is Aine Divine here.
No, you're joining us onto the last video you just did.
Am I?
No.
Okay, this is
to
halfway through. I just never said my name the last time. If you want to know more about me, have a look at the links below the video.
You know this will come in halfway through the video.
Yeah, so we were just back from a break. And
Strange.
yeah, but it's better than not saying it at all, I suppose. Okay, so I'm about to start on the oil. So this is the painting of Erin so far.
You just show what they've just seen is you just
Okay, honest to God, director, producer, model. Okay, here we are. So I've put out some oil paint on a tear off palette beside me here, and I'm going to work now to find the colours as truly as I can that I'm seeing in Erin's face. You might think I put out a lot of colour there. I think I've put out a lot of colours, but actually I'm not going to be using a huge array of colour. I just want to be sure that the ones that I put down are...
see what you put out either.
Well, I just held it up like...
Right.
It's just, it looked like quite a lot of colours. And I look, there's another one here. I'll put the colours that I use on there as I choose them. Okay, so no. So okay, I'll just do roughly 10 minutes. So what I want to do is establish again the darks in the face. Lovely. And it looks to me like there's a kind of a warm hint to the dark. So that's alizarin crimson. I'm going to put some alizarin crimson and cadmium red together with a little bit of lemon yellow, and then I'm going to mix that red with ultramarine blue and sap green. Honest to God, every single colour is in there. Okay, right, I think that's what I'm after though, is that kind of bronzy colour to get the lovely warm dark that's in that ear. Eyes half closed will allow me to really see that colour truthfully. And then there's the same tone on the neck. Look, turn off that blessed phone.
Someone from Zimbabwe.
What?
Someone from Zimbabwe.
So the same colours down there on the neck, and I think where the shoulder meets the background as well. Yeah. I'm going to use a little bit more of the ultramarine blue neat so that I can really get the sharpness of that edge against the beautiful light that's on the background there. Now if I were to continue the line of that shoulder, it would be higher, significantly higher. So I need to lift that up a little bit. That's it. Lift it up a little bit there. And I'm noticing too that can you turn it off here? I'm noticing as well that what am I noticing? Yeah, that this area is going to be a bit bigger. So I'm just going to clean my brush and make a colour that'll represent the colour of the skin there. It's slightly lighter than the skin on the ear. And I just really could even just excavate off some of the neck colour that I put on there in order to create the line of the jaw. Now I must remember to keep my eyes half closed so I don't get caught up in detail too early on. And I'm liking the warm reflection from the orange painting to Erin's right there. If you can see it, yeah. It seems to be casting a nice warm glow on her face. So I'm using alizarin and the lemon yellow to find that. That's down here as well. Alright. And now I can find the shape of the lips, I think. So I've got this kind of purple colour. I'm deliberately using quite a big brush so that again I don't get caught up in too much detail, and I'm just finding the darks and lights that are important. Actually going to use that in the socket of the eye as well. As I half close my eyes, recognise that actually the socket needs to be significantly darker. And there of course is the eyebrow then coming down, which is darker again than the skin in the socket. And the other eyebrow will be roughly here. On the light side, it's a significant shift in tone between the eyebrow and the skin above it on the light side. Okay, how are you doing there, Erin? Do you want the chair under your feet? Okay. Right, so I've got, I'm printing it off and put it on, and it's a bit darker than I want it to be. I'm printing off the colour with my thumb then. It's quite a good way, I find, to just quickly lift off something I'm not happy with. Okay, so what I'm doing there now is mixing a colour to represent the light on the skin. I'm using white with the cadmium red and the lemon yellow. And you know, with Rembrandt's paintings, they said you could lift them up by the nose because he painted the lights so thickly. And so I always think of that when I'm painting the light, and when I'm painting the light skin tone, I always remember Rembrandt and remember to make the paint thicker to represent the light generally.
Just full me again.
Pardon?
They just full me again.
Okay, so there's light here on the forehead. And coming in here, there's a couple of little touches of light, and that lovely bow above Erin's upper lip, the philtrum it's called, isn't it? There's a little bit of dark light here, and then the light on the nose itself. I'm kind of doing my best really to forget that it's a lovely face that I'm painting here, and just to focus on the darks and lights and how they meet each other. A touch of green into that there. It's significantly cooler. The light on the skin of the chin there seems to have a hint of green in it, I think. So I'm going to go with that. And then there's also, I think, a similar tone in the neck. Maybe not quite as green on the neck, so I put some red into that again. I'd forgotten I was going to change the colour of that too. We'll see. Are you okay to tell me if you need a break, Erin? I have moved to a slightly smaller brush now because I want to just have the opportunity to paint the lips a little bit more detailed. Quite dark, so I'll put a bit of ultramarine blue in there. And eyes half closed still. And that little bit, the philtrum there is quite dark. Eyebrow. Iris. I'm just making it lighter by lifting the paint off the brush with my finger and continuing, because I saw the shadow as I painted the iris. I saw that there's a shadow around there that could also be painted. As soon as you notice something, you want to be able to draw it down. This is the first time really having somebody sit in the garden studio. And it's nice that the light is working for me. Okay, you doing alright there? Just gonna work on the other eye and finding the position of the iris in relation to the other one is important here as well. So you're gonna stay looking in the same, yeah. And the upper lid is often quite dark. And again, just wiping off the colour off the brush and spreading out, dispersing the dark that's in the iris around the area of the eye. It is still nice and warm, that colour over there. Alright, now I'm going to keep going with the...
That's been 10 minutes.
Okay, would you like to have a little break? And just pause it and just see what's happened. So that's what it looks like now. If you can really see it very clearly with the oil paint. Just a little bit more to do. I'm wondering whether to change the background here to red or not. I was going to earlier. For now I want to make up a dark colour for the hair. Oh yeah, will I pause that?